Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I am Aaron Loomis. With me today is Jiunn and John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Not bad.
Giddy up, y'all.
So today we are talking about the Kristoff Shade Grown Robusto. Cigar is more of a Robusto Extra 5.5 by 54. Comes out of the Charles Fairmorn factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper is Honduran Connecticut Shade. Binder is from the DR. Filler is from Nicaragua and Dominican Republic. Price point is $7.90, and the cigar was released in June of 2019. So with all that out of the way, June, take us through your overall experience with this cigar.
Overall experience was very good. Very, very good. Sound like fucking Trump. Really, really good. Anyways, it was good, consistent cigar. More of that traditional Connecticut shade kind of a style. Sweet butter bread, hay, nuts, baking spices, medium strength, medium body. And for this near $8 price point, I think it's really hard to beat for how consistent. I smoked through two of these to get a feel for it. So I thought it was good. I absolutely love to smoke more.
How about you, John? What were your thoughts?
Sounds like Jiunn and I had a very consistent experience. I also smoked through two of these, and the interesting thing was, and I smoked them back to back just to see if I could detect any flavor changes between the two. It was like a carbon copy. It was very impressive how consistent they were. The one was a show sample, and it suffered a little bit from construction, so that was just one I smoked to get a sense of the flavor profile. But like Jiunn was saying, it's more traditional Connecticut, which I'm totally fine with. But like you said, it's got that spices, a little bit of baked bread, butterish, and it is very consistent from first third to second third to last third. I do wish there's a little bit more complexity in the last third, so I rated it a little bit lower than the other two thirds. But overall, I mean, I would happily light this up in the morning with an espresso, and I'd be in a good place, especially for that price point. Aaron?
Yeah, for me, the cigar kind of had a fairly average flavor profile experience throughout, but there were some really nice moments kind of along the way in that process. The sweet finish that I was getting was a really nice touch, not something I really experienced that frequently. And then there was a kind of a short time that the sweetness was mixed with the musty cedar in the final third that I thought was really good. The score won't really reflect this, but this is definitely a cigar I would return to. Really simple core flavors, delivered really well. Price points, makes it an easy purchase. And like you mentioned, John, I'd be really interested in smoking this with some coffee in the morning because I think it would just be a really cool experience. So, getting the scores, start at the top with Jiunn at 7.07. John gave it a 6.67. I gave it a 6.02. So, how that 7.07 match up for you, Jiunn?
Perfect. Solid score. Good consistent flavors. Yeah, simpler flavors, absolutely, but good full flavors. Good construction, and it absolutely deserves that mid low 7 range.
All right, John, 6.67.
Sounds right. Slightly resistant draw, so I had to dock it on that. And like I said, the last third was a little less complex than I was hoping. But 667. That's the cigar you got to go out and start buying and smoking on a regular basis. That's a good cigar.
Yeah, my
Sure.
602, I think it's a little bit low, and I'll kind of explain why. I rated the flavor profiles average through every third just because when I'm just examining them on their own, that's kind of just how they hit me. There were really nice moments, but they were not enough to knock it up a level for me. But even though I did that, the overall rating I gave it was good because just the whole experience together was like you just had the pieces in the right spots to make it an enjoyable experience. Even though, like, if you look at things, in individual segments, they just didn't. You wouldn't think they'd add up that way. So, for this is one that I would say I think the score is a little bit low for what I would actually give it. But
It's greater than the sum of its parts.
exactly, I would definitely smoke the cigar again. So I would say go buy some. Any other final thoughts from you guys on this one?
Discover Kristoff again for the first time. I've really been digging the last few Kristoffs we've smoked. I need to put them back in my rotation. It's been too long. I don't know how I got
Yeah.
away from them.
Kristoff is interesting. When I first started smoking cigars, it was basically Kristoff, Alec Bradley, and AJ. And I distinctly remember going to a shop that's no longer around called Knickerbocker's here, which is like this old school, beautiful cigar shop we had back then. And I saw the Kristoff Sumatra. It's like this like nice red band. Like the box had like these like tobacco little fillers around it, so it
Yep,
looks like
yep,
it was like super nice. You know what I'm talking about?
yep,
Like,
yep.
I distinctly remember picking that up, got an espresso, and smoked that cigar. I know it's not this cigar, but I actually have like old school memories of Kristoff. But
Yep.
it's good
Nice.
to kind of get reacclimated with this brand that I've kind of like put on the wayside for so long. So
You know, I was also unsure of kind of what it was going to be like with the wrapper being Honduran Connecticut shade because I
mm,
can't remember off the top of my head of any other ones I've smoked or who
Yeah.
else uses that. It's usually Connecticut, or Ecuador, Connecticut, right? Maybe a little bit of Nicaraguan Connecticut lately, but I don't remember much Honduran Connecticut. So
no,
I was impressed by the cigar overall. So
Definitely. And we didn't really talk about it, but they're always looking to complicate their cigars in interesting ways, like the pigtail cap and the closed
pigtail
foot.
cap and closed foot is pretty much
It's
signature
classy.
setup for them. Yeah.
It's very
oh,
classy. I appreciate it.
Yep. It's nice. All right, if you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. Also, check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review caps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.